Welcome back to another Throne and Liberty guide. Are you stuck battling the final boss of the new 2-star dungeon, the Voidwastes? Is Shakarux about to fist your butthole? My friends, I was in that position too. But with my thorough knowledge of judo, I flipped the situation and fisted him instead. Well, you're in the right place. In this quick video, we're diving straight into Shakarux's mechanics so you can conquer this fight and claim your anus back. Let's jump right in. So, this is Shakarux, Shaikal's older brother. And let me tell you, he is not happy that you've been beating up his little sister for the past month. And now? Oh, he's got some very, very, very bad intentions for you. This fight is no joke. Shakarux comes prepared with an arsenal of deadly mechanics designed to keep you on your toes. From devastating beam attacks to black hole traps that'll have your bumhole shrinking to the size of an atom. This boss is a serious test of your skill and coordination. But don't worry, stick with me, and I'll walk you through every phase step by step. Alright, let's dive into Shakarux's mechanics. First up, his block attacks. At the start of the fight, he uses one of two blockable attacks. The first is a generic AoE attack that's marked by a big purple circle on the ground. If you see it, block immediately to avoid a chunk of damage. The second is his signature rolling block attack, marked by a diamond-shaped purple indicator. To avoid this one, you'll need to perform a rolling block. Hold a movement key and press block. Get this down early, because he likes to start the fight with these. Next, let's talk about the purple beam soak phase. This mechanic is where teamwork really comes into play. Around the arena, you'll notice purple horns emitting beams that head straight for Shakarux. If no one soaks and stops these beams, the boss gains power, eventually leading to a devastating party wipe. To prevent this, players need to soak the beams. However, soaking isn't without risk. Players gain stacks while soaking, and hitting anything above 20 stacks can mean instant death. Here's how to handle it. Split your party into 3 groups of 2. One player soaks the beam to stop it, while the other rotates in when the first player's stacks get too high. At 20 stacks, switch, or you'll be taking a dirt nap. Now, while your team is busy soaking beams and keeping the boss in check, Shakarux doesn't make things easy. He throws in an extra curveball, the Gravity Orb mechanic. This is where things start to heat up. Periodically, he will mark a random player with a red orb, and after a few seconds, it drops a black hole right beneath them. This black hole sucks in anyone nearby and deals massive damage. It's chaos if you're not prepared. Now, here's how to deal with the red orb mechanic without it turning your team into a swirling mess of chaos. When you're marked with the red orb, don't panic. The key is positioning. Quickly move to the edge of the arena, specifically between 2 pillars connected to the boss. This ensures that when the black hole forms, it doesn't interfere with blocking the purple beams or, worse, suck your entire team into chaos. As soon as the red orb disappears and the black hole begins to form, sprint away from it immediately and head back toward the center of the arena. This keeps you safe and ensures you're ready to jump back into the fight without disrupting the team's strategy. Now that you've dodged the black hole and are back in position, Shakarux turns up the heat. Literally. Get ready for the breath phase, one of the most chaotic moments in this fight. But don't worry, I'll break it down step by step. As soon as the breath phase begins, 2 gold acid pools will drop randomly onto the arena floor. Shortly after, gold rifts will spawn across the arena, creating hazardous zones that you'll need to avoid. One player, typically the one with the highest threat level, will also be marked with a gold orb above their head. This is where teamwork becomes crucial. If you're the player with the gold orb, your job is to guide Shakarux's breath attack toward one of the golden horns on the edge of the arena. Position yourself carefully. Align the breath attack perfectly and ensure it destroys the horn. This step is vital for progressing the phase and moving closer to victory. Once the breath phase is complete, Shakarux doesn't give your team much breathing room. He immediately moves into the next mechanic, a phase that will truly test your group's survival skills. Get ready. It's time for the health check phase. During this phase, every player in the arena will be marked with a golden orb above their head. Now, let's clear up some of the confusion about this mechanic. This is purely a health check. Shakarux unleashes a powerful and unavoidable burst of damage that hits everyone simultaneously. This mechanic does not require players to stack with others. That said, it's helpful for players to stay relatively close to the boss, so healers can maximize their AoE healing. Healers, this is your moment to shine. Make sure everyone is fully healed before this phase begins. Use your defensive cooldowns and any emergency abilities to mitigate the incoming damage. If your team can survive this blast, congratulations, the mechanics will reset, and you're one step closer to bringing Shakarux down for good. Now, before we move on to the full fight, here's a pro tip to keep in mind. If the tank loses aggro during the encounter, Shakarux will repeatedly use his run and dodge mechanic, creating unnecessary chaos for your team. To avoid this, it's crucial that the tank maintains aggro throughout the fight. And with that, we've covered all the mechanics. You're now fully prepared to face Shakarux. Let's jump straight into the full fight and see how it all comes together. that's it. You're now equipped with everything you need to take down Shakarux and conquer the Voidwastes Dungeon. I hope this guide helped you understand the mechanics and gave you the confidence to tackle this challenging fight. If you found this video helpful, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Got questions or tips of your own? Drop them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.